Okay, Ray. The side 55 to 66 side clamp with J hook, $105. So we need one of those rather than the front ones. So those are $105. And then on the rear clamp levers, 55 to 56 dog leg style hardtop. The left and the right, they're $39.95 each. So actually a little cheaper than what I was thinking, but I was just remembering the front ones, not the back ones. Anyhow, okay, so we got it up on the lift. Kind of do a scan of that bumper. You can see that. See, the frame is all actually really clean. You can see on the leaf springs and most of that stuff, it just has the factory undercoating on it. One thing I didn't mention is it has air shocks on the back, and inside the car you can flip the back seat up, and there's a valve right there, and that's how you can air up the shocks to raise or lower it. With these tires and wheels on it, I had to put some air in the shocks, that way you know, gave it a little bit better stance and gave a little bit better tire clearance. The stock wheels that, well, not stock for the car, but the wheels that came on it are up there, and those ones are smaller and they fit a little bit better and didn't require really any air in them, but nonetheless, that's what those lines are for. This is the passenger side, and this is actually like up inside the front fender. That's up inside. That ducting is for your fresh air on the passenger side. I'm going to scan over here to the driver's side. Driver's side. The Y blocks have a downdraft tube, which is right here, and doesn't have a PVC system like a later model car. So all the exhaust fumes, or not exhaust fumes, but like the engine gas fumes or whatever, they come out that tube. The underside of the car, you know, it's got some sootiness up there. That's where the drive shaft's been greased, and it slings it up on the drive shaft tunnel. So it's kind of sooty. The transmission, you can kind of see where it's a little greasy and, you know, that kind of a thing. This is actually like thick grease. It's not like oil. So I don't know that, I don't know what that means, but basically there's a little bit of oil dripping right there. That's the back of the transmission. And then there's a drip there. I haven't detailed the car or anything like that underneath, so this is pretty much how it's been for probably at least the last few years. These motors have an externally mounted oil pump right here, and so you know, the guy could maybe replace that gasket on that. But this is where the car was sitting, and you pretty much, there's 3 or 4 drips. Sits in here every night, so most of those are probably, you know, I don't know if those bright 4 are all from just sitting over the weekend or not, but as you can see, when it kind of blows underneath the car, you know, it's going to drip from a couple places. But I've checked the oil a couple times since I've had it the last couple months, and I haven't had to put any oil in it, so it's definitely not something that leaks a ton of oil. Pretty much all the stock steering and suspension parts. Nothing looks tweaked on or bent or anything like that. So, anyhow, well, I think that's probably it. I'll go ahead and shoot you these emails and follow it up with a phone call, and I think that's probably it. Sort of, somebody probably used a floor jack and tried jacking up the car right there, and obviously it's been scratched there, and somebody did a crappy job of touching it up. But you can see those rocker panels are really nice. And wheel well. We'll go to the back wheel well, do the same thing. Road chips and stuff. You can see a hint of that yellow paint originally. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. There's a hint of purple paint at some point. So, okay, I think that's it.